This patient was clearly already dead, but the doctor said, as long as the family had money in their pockets, then he was still alive. The doctor then handed the family a list, saying the patient's condition was critical, and these special medications must be used for emergency treatment, even though these drugs were extremely expensive. But to save a life, the family hurriedly ran to the pharmacy and bought all the medications. However, after the nurse took these 2 big bags of medicine, she immediately returned them to the pharmacy. The doctors and nurses in the emergency room sat together chatting. Only the family waited anxiously outside. Soon enough, the doctor urgently called the family over again, telling them the patient had started having a brain hemorrhage and needed a neurosurgery specialist for consultation, asking the family to pay $500,000 for surgery fees. The family, desperate to save their loved one, hurried to the front desk to pay. Soon the specialist arrived. The man asked about the situation. The specialist acted like it was an emergency and not to be disturbed, but when he went in to look, he found the patient was already stone cold. The specialist worried about getting in trouble, but the guy with glasses said, as long as the family still had money and was willing to pay, let's get our cut first. So for the next few hours, all the doctors and nurses in the emergency room started nervously going in and out of the ICU. Finally, the specialist apologetically told the family, I'm very sorry, we did our best. The man begged the doctor to try again. After all, you're the specialist. The doctor beside him said impatiently, the person's already dead, how can we save them? But the man said, what you were treating was already a dead person. Then he pulled out a death certificate saying, what I brought in was already a dead person, but you guys went back and forth for hours. Why is that? The man warned them. This wasn't just the patient's death certificate. It would also be evidence against this hospital in court. The director next to them actually grabbed the paper and stuffed it in his mouth. Unexpectedly, the man pulled out another one from his pocket. It turned out that a day earlier, the man had accompanied his girlfriend to the hospital for a small wound, but the doctor ordered a whole series of tests, claiming it was being responsible for the patient. Besides that, he also discovered this hospital forced C-sections on mothers to make money, to collect an extra day's hospital fees. They didn't tell the family the patient had died until the next day. To punish this corrupt hospital, the man found a corpse, and had someone film what just happened. To settle the matter, the hospital refunded all the fees the man had paid, plus a $500 million check as hush money. The man gave the check to the corpse's family, but he didn't plan to let this hospital off the hook. After leaving, he handed all the evidence to the media for exposure.